Welcome to Levels, the podcast where we get to know our members here at All Level CrossFit a bit better. We've got some amazing stories that happen inside this box and outside the walls of the box, and we want to share them. Today we have Lexi L on our show. Thank you, Lexi, for being a guest today. She's going to share some stories and how she started the gym, all that kind of good stuff, and we'll get to know you a little bit better and let people in the community get to know you a little bit better. Cool. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in LaSalle. Yeah, in LaSalle. Always lived there with my family, my mom, my dad, and my two sisters, and then my dog, Pia. I'm 24 years old.
LA.
Always lived in LA. We've never moved. I've always stayed at the same house ever since I've been.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah,
there's some continuity there. Cool. Now, where did you go to school?
I went to school, grade school.
Sure.
So grade school, I went to Sacred Heart. It was 2 blocks away from my house. So it was easy. Actually, we always walked to school. And then high school, I went to Sandwich Secondary School. And then I went to St. Clair College for about 1 year in the fitness, health, and promotion program.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I think that just circling back to the grade school thing, being able to walk to school is really underrated. My kids ride the bus. I love if they would be able to walk, because I remember when I used to walk to school as a kid, there's some cool conversations you have, you see stuff, it's a time to chat, be away from parents, be away from supervision a little bit. I think that's something that's missed in today's world. Everyone's worried.
I loved walking to school.
Yeah, everyone's worried about this and that, but I think kids need a little bit of freedom. They need a little bit of freedom to grow. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you play any sports when you were growing up?
It's dance kind of a sport?
Of course it is, yeah. I mean, I know some parents that pay a lot of money for competitive dance, so we'll call it a sport.
A sport, yeah. I did dance, yeah. I danced at Kathy's dance studio. I did hip-hop, jazz, tap, ballet. Tap was probably my favorite.
Was your favorite?
Yeah, that I did. Wasn't very much of a ballet person, but tap and hip-hop were my favorite. And I did that with my older sister.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you still have your tap shoes?
I do still have my tap shoes.
Christmas party's coming up.
I don't know if they'd fit me though.
Christmas party's coming up. That'd be pretty fun. Okay. How long have you been doing CrossFit?
So I've been at the gym for 5 years now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I still remember when you started. That's 5 years. They go by so fast.
Yeah.
I say this every time I have a guest on here. It's 8 years, 5 years, 6 years, and it feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. How did you get started? What prompted you to start CrossFit? Was there a specific thing? Was there a reason you started?
So I started CrossFit because I was a previous opioid addict, and I wanted to find a different out. I had to kind of get rid of all of my old people that I was hanging out with and being around, and I needed some sort of new healthy addiction. And my therapist that I was going to at the time, she mentioned here and said, you should go see John and talk to him and meet up with him. And I was really scared to come into the gym, especially at that time, because I was fresh in recovery. And I was debating between a normal gym, just a commercial gym, or a CrossFit gym, and I've never been to one. So when me and my mom, we came in here, I talked to you, and I was really scared because everybody's doing rope thing, climbing, you know what I mean? And my mom was like, well, did you want to do it here? And I was like, well, I'm not sure. My mom's like, yeah, we're just gonna sign her up. We're gonna do it. And I remember my mom doing that push because she's saw the community here. And it was either that or I went to commercial gym and headphones in and stuff, and that really probably wouldn't have helped me because I needed some sort of social aspect of it. So once I got started, I started with Steph, Dufour, which we did lots. I remember lots of PTs to help me be comfortable to just movement and stuff like that. And ever since then, even watching you, Zach, Steph, and all of the coaches coach, for some reason I just found this new obsession of I want to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
My goal ever since I started here was I wanted, I said to Steph, I wanted to become a coach here. So it's crazy how it's kind of making like full circle.
Yeah.
Because that was my like main goal, and it really helped me to find a new healthy addiction. And like this I think this like the gym kind of like saved me in a way, because like whenever I had like an issue, or even if I just like wanted to just chill or hang out, was having a bad day, like any of the coaches, I'd come here and just let me hang out and just like talk.
Yeah.
If I like had an urge for like to go grab or go somewhere that wouldn't be very good for me, like I would run here. And that was a perfect like out for me, because like I was having such a hard time. So it helped me to create such a great new environment and community with people that we all enjoy doing the same thing. We all have the same goal. We're all trying to be healthy, like fit, and we're all like cheering each other on. I never had any of that, where I had so much support from so many people. It was really great that I'm glad that I started here.
Yeah, well, we're really glad you started too. So I just want to circle back on a couple of things, because you know, I think that's an underrated aspect of CrossFit and CrossFit community, and it's starting to come out a bit more, where CrossFit is doing a lot of stuff with groups in recovery. Like, you know, we've done stuff with the Phoenix and in the US, and they're a huge organization that helps people in recovery. They just need 24 hours of sobriety to come and attend some of their programming. That's part of it, is that, you know, it's great. You know, it's hard enough to get clean or be in recovery, but if you don't have anybody, like you said, to talk to hang out with,
because you have to get rid of those people.
Right. You pretty much have to start over, and you either choose, you know, being alone and just kind of hanging out in your house, or hopefully find a community that welcomes you in and says, yeah, you know, let's just go and work out. Let's have fun. And I think that's something that is really underrated about our community, CrossFit community in general, is we don't really care what's gone on or what you're doing. You know, as long as when you're here, you're a good person, you contribute to the community, right? And you kind of integrate yourself that way. I think that that's really, really cool. And I'm really happy you shared that story, because that's a part that not a lot of people get to hear about, right? You know, they hear about weight loss, and they hear about getting stronger, and they hear about, you know, all that kind of stuff. But your story is another aspect that, you know, I know personally more than one person who's gone through a similar journey, and CrossFit has helped them along the way too. So it's really cool, Lex. And then, as you said, coming for full circle, now, spoiler alert, you're a coach here at All Level CrossFit, which is really, really cool. And you're doing a fantastic job running some kids programs and coaching classes. So that's awesome. Awesome. Okay. Do you remember your first class or your first session?
My first session, I was definitely with Steph. I think I remember I did like over like 200 PTs with Steph before I started in the class.
Yeah.
I think I was just having a lot of social anxiety, like fresh out of recovery. Obviously, it was like having a hard time like talking to people, socializing and stuff. So it really, like, Steph really helped to make me feel comfortable and like find my strengths and stuff. And doing, like, I remember Steph talked to my mom after we did so many PTs together, and I was doing so well, I was progressing so well, that she was like, I think it would be good to get Lexi into doing the classes, and I think she should try the classes. And I remember I was like, okay, yeah, I'll try it. And then I started to do the classes, and like I liked that even more. Yeah. Like even more. And like, because like I was finding like friends, like community, and like the whole like aspect of it, like with the mindset, the question of the day, like everybody getting involved, engaging with each other. So like that's where it kind of like filled that social aspect. First, it was kind of like finding myself first, and that's what Steph kind of helped me do or during our like personal training sessions. And then like in the class, it kind of put it together with like my personal, the stuff that I was going through personally, and then like the social aspect all together. It kind of just put together 2 and 2, and then I really enjoyed the classes. Yeah. And they've been great. Like they're so fun.
No, they're my favorite way to work out. I mean, I look back on training in regular gyms, and I wasn't sure how I stayed motivated. I was not very motivated, but
Yeah.
I love being in class. I love banter with people. I love
Yeah.
talking to people. I love like, high fives, a little bit of competition, all the things that are in a class, the social aspect, just make it a great hour, right? I look forward to that hour, and I know that I need to do it as frequently as I can. Because if I don't, then I miss it, and then I get a little grumpy, I get a little like out of sorts. So that 1 hour where I can hang out with people and just kind of throw around some weights and high five is super, super important for me.
Yeah.
Okay. What PR or accomplishment in the gym are you most proud of?
Probably, well, I miss my back squats, but probably my back squat. I worked really hard to get to 200 when I PR'd my 200 pound back squat.
Nice.
That was pretty sweet, because I had probably about 6 months I kept on hitting 195, like matching it so many times, and I was getting so frustrated. So when I hit that was probably like, it's just like that 5 pounds is like, I didn't think it can make a difference, but it just feels like 200 more pounds on it.
I've been there before, and it always seems to be those rounded numbers, right? It's like a 200 or a 300 or whatever it is. And there's a mental aspect to that too. That 5 pounds, like you said, feels like 200 pounds because in your head, it's this barrier. And then once you break free of that or get past that, it seems like, okay, now I can start climbing again. It's one of those plateaus where you get here, and then you do one of these for a little while, and then mentally you get strong enough to do it, and then boom, then you start going up again. And that's your fitness journey, right? And I know that right now you say you miss your back squats because you're going through some injuries, but what I really admire about you as well is the way that you continue to come to the gym regardless of what's going on in your body if it's not cooperating, and you find stuff to do, which is perfect, which is the perfect mentality that we want out of athletes. Is don't tell me what you can't do, tell me what you can do, and then we'll work from there. And you find that out yourself, right? So you're always in here doing things, ring rows and planks and riding the bike, and you're still as consistent with an injury as you were when you were injury free, which is perfect. That's great. Okay. If you could give your day one CrossFit self some advice, what would it be?
Don't think, just do it.
I like it, right? Don't overthink it. I think that's big.
I'm a big overthinker, so I say just do it, because I would always like procrastinate, and then like my mom would make the decision for me, so that like I wouldn't procrastinate, because I'd be like, oh, one more day to think about it, and just like, no, we're doing it now. Yeah, I think it's becoming more and more prevalent in today's society that we tend to overthink things. I don't know if it's social media, I don't know what it is, but even I find myself now overthinking things that don't require that much thought. And it's like, should I do this? Should I not do this? And it's like, whoa. Just do the thing, right? And I think that's amazing thing to tell people is, people are a lot of times, as you said, they're scared and they're anxious when they come here. And that's a big step to get in the front door. But almost everybody says, what's your advice to people who want to try CrossFit? Just try it. Just try it. Just try it. Because they overthink it. What if I don't know how to do the movements? What if I look silly? What if no one, remembers my name? All those things. Yeah. But once you walk in the doors, right? That's the biggest step, is just getting through the door. Yeah. It's hard to come in, and we appreciate that it is hard, but we just say, once you get here, we'll take care of you. We will totally 100% take care of you. Yeah. Okay. Has CrossFit helped you in your daily life anyway? I mean, obviously we've gone through it, but can you think of any examples where you've utilized, strength from CrossFit or mindset from CrossFit or anything? Smart, like even just like the shelves, because they have a lot of like, when I used to be on the stock team there, like dog food bags and stuff. So it's kind of like sandbag carry or like sandbag clean. And I'd be like, every single time I go pick up one of those bags, I'm like, and then pick it up. So like probably like any like lifting stuff as well. Yeah. It's probably what I've used in everyday life.
I'd love to see a video of you doing that because you're a really good mover and you're very conscientious about the way you move. And I'd love to see you like approach a 50-pound bag of dog food and just like grab it. And you've seen on Instagram where the people do that, where they get into like Costco and they're picking things up, but they're doing it like they're in the gym. I love it. We need a video of that.
My coworkers, they're right before I start, they're like, "Are you good, Lexi?" Before like I'm gonna pick it up. I'm like, I said, I'm just give me a second to pick this up.
I'm just putting my belt on.
I'm just bracing.
Nice. All right. Do you have a morning routine?
Yes. Yeah, I usually, the one thing that helps me in the morning is that the night before, I like to get everything ready the night before so that when I wake up in the morning, it's easier and I can just grab and go. Mm-hmm. Which is to like pick my outfit before I go, like set up if I have any medications or like my breakfast, like my skincare, all that. I like to set it up all before so that I can just get up and go. I don't have to, because usually I like have a hard time waking up.
Sure.
And so I just end up just setting it all up the night before. And then so it's just like 1, 2, 3, I can just do it all the things.
I love that. I basically, the only thing I set up the night before is the clothes I'm going to wear the next day, but I think that makes it so much better to wake up and know that everything's taken care of. And I've seen your notes when you prepare for class. You're a very prepared person.
Yeah.
You know, you've got pages of notes for one class, and it's awesome. So I think that is something that I would love to incorporate, not into only my own routine, but also my kids as well. They do a little bit of that now. They're starting to learn that the better they're set up the night before, the longer they can sleep in the morning. Right? Yeah,
well, that's the same thing for me. And sometimes I was really bad with time management before.
Yeah.
So like getting everything ready the night before really helped me. And like for some reason, like I have a laptop and I have all that stuff, and like, but just like typing, it doesn't really stick in my head for me. I love to write, and I love to write all my notes, like every idea I have, because I can just like write it out and like on the computer if I'm typing, and then, or I go backspace, I want to like jot it all down, like scratch it out. And then again, like, what I mean? Oh, this one didn't work. And then it just helps me to be, if I have like a set like plan on how like the class is going to run.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if like I'm like setting up how like the class is going to go, I just have like an outline where if like I get lost, that I can go back to it. And if I need to change something, I can change something like quickly. But like just looking back at that plan helps me to really change that quickly. If I don't have anything to see, I kind of get a little bit flustered. So that really helps me to really get back.
Yeah, they say there's a connection. There's a much more of a connection when you physically write something out than if you type it. Like, you're more likely to retain that information, more of a mind-body connection, because you are, when you're typing, you're making your body do something as well too, but being able to see it all happen before you. And I'm old enough that I took notes in university and school, by hand, because there wasn't really another option. But I don't think I could go back to, I don't think I could use a computer to take notes. It just doesn't seem as real. As silly as that sounds, it doesn't seem as real. Like, and I love your notebook full of notes, and then you can just refer back to it, right?
Yeah.
I love that. It's really cool. So that kind of, your morning routine kind of showed us what your night routine as well is. So
it's setting up for the morning.
Ready, getting as much sleep as I can by setting up the night before, which is perfect. Okay, some rapid fire questions. You ready?
Yeah.
Favorite movement in the gym?
Favorite movement in the gym? Probably, can I pick my top 2? Power clean and back squat.
Yeah, I agree on the power clean. Back squat, maybe not so much, but I mean,
I love squats.
That's my own personal thing. I love a good power clean. Okay, what's your least favorite movement?
Probably thrusters and gymnastics movement, which do like chest to bar.
Tough.
Yeah,
I know. Chest to bar are a tough movement. Okay, do you prefer morning, afternoon, or evening classes?
It's different for me, because I remember before I used to be like a big morning person, where I would come in the morning and then I'd be like kind of middle of the day and then afternoon. But lately I've been like afternoon, like later in the day, which I like, because there's the 5:30 class is always bumping. So I think I get to talk to a lot more people in the afternoon, but I do really like the morning classes as well.
That's a good point too, right? There's each class time has a different vibe to it, right? 5:30 a.m. no one wants to talk because they're probably still sleeping. And then 5:30 p.m. is a party in here, right? You've got 5:30 p.m. class going on. You might have kids class going on at the same time. There's the crossover for the 6:30 class. Place is packed, music's going. Yeah, it's a pretty classic meme where you have the morning people, you know, like this, and then the 5:30 a.m.
And then party. Noon's like a mixture of both.
It can be, yeah.
It's like a mixture of both, where it's just like people that are very nonchalant.
Yeah, the 9:30 has become a busy class, 9:30 a.m. as well too, which is really cool to see a good group. Okay, long endurance workouts or short sprinty workouts? Yeah. You know, it's so funny. I think I mentioned this before that I prefer probably a long endurance workout now, just because I'm scared of like short sprinty workouts. Yeah. Because they just tend to hurt a lot more.
They do.
And my desire to hurt has gotten less and less as I age up, right? And I'm just like, I'll just settle into a nice pace, and go, as opposed to like push myself to the red line. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, what's your favorite indulgent food? So if you're going to indulge and you're like, I'm going to have this.
Probably donuts. I love Steinmar's donut. I love. Like every single time I go in there, I usually get their bread, and I always say that I'm gonna get one, and I end up leaving with two.
And those are serious donuts. Like
they're so good.
You have a Steinmar donut, and you don't have to eat again for 3 days. And now, you know, we've got that donut connection in the gym. Louise works at Taurus Donuts, and she'll occasionally bring in some donuts, you know, and we get to sample some of those crazy fancy donuts. Yeah, donut. All right, what's your favorite healthy food?
I love blueberries and bananas. Those are probably my top two fruits lately.
I think that's probably, I love fruit, so I'd have to have a top 5. But like bananas, the only cheap thing in the world anymore. Yeah. And then blueberries are packed with antioxidants and just really delicious.
Bananas are so easy. Just like as I'm, even in the morning when I have to get up and go to work for 6 a.m., like grab a banana. Yeah. Like just so easy.
What would be your top 5 fruits?
Probably banana, blueberry, raspberry. I like watermelon too.
Yeah, I was going to say don't forget the melons. Don't forget the melons. Okay, what's your favorite pre or post-workout snack?
Post-workout snack. Well, pre-workout snack would probably be, well, I love egg whites. I like egg whites with, I usually do ham and feta cheese. That's been my go-to.
Like an omelet?
Yeah. Like I make it into like an egg white like omelet, and like my family thinks I'm crazy because I love that so much. I could eat that for breakfast, lunch, dinner.
You stick with if you find something good, just stick with it, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, what's your favorite way to relax?
My favorite way to relax lately, it's been the sauna up here. I forgot how much I love the sauna. Yeah. Just like to relax in there. It just like helps relax my muscles. And it's a good way to like get a little bit of a sweat.
Yeah, there's research that says having a sauna is like doing zone 2 or low intensity cardio. Yeah. Because your core temperature gets up, it gets raised, you sweat. So all the things that happen when you're doing quote unquote easy cardio. Yeah. Same thing happens in a sauna. Another good thing that saunas can be used for, besides the fact that it's minus 14 out today and it's nice and warm in there, but it's a good way to acclimatize yourself too if you're going to be working out in the heat, right? Yeah. So sometimes if someone's got a run or a workout that's outside in the summer, going to hit in a few saunas before you get there, the heat acclimatization happens fairly quickly. So you can do it in a week, and then by the time you get to your workout or your run or whatever you're training for, your body is kind of set up for that, because it can really
get your heart rate up a little bit too. And like I've noticed too in there when it's like getting really hot, and I'm like, I can't like be in the sauna anymore. I just kind of like, that's what really helps relax me, is to find my breath and like calm my breathing down, because that's what I feel like sometimes when I'm doing cardio workouts, I'm like in the middle of it and I'm like, I can't do it anymore. But I can still do it, and I just need to find my breath. And that's what the sauna is helping me doing, is like to find my breath. And since my injury, I haven't been able to do much like weightlifting, but I've been doing more cardio.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been able to like sustain like the longer endurance workouts and like find my breath without like giving up super quick and then like being really like heavy out of breath where I like just kind of like stop. So it's like I just kind of like find my breath and I can still keep going.
I love that. That's a great mindset. Find your breath, right? Because finding your breath can help you, whatever, in a workout, in a stressful situation, you know, whatever that is, just find your breath and then center yourself again and then breathe through it. Perfect. I think that's a good way to end, Lex. This has been awesome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, John.
And sharing your story. No problem. And yeah, we'll see you around the gym.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, John.
That was awesome, Lex.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I like those fun questions.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Like, it's just, some people get a little bit.
Just